Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Saturday, the 6th of July, 2024. So as per usual, we start with the synoptic, and this is the view yesterday at lunchtime. And there's a waving front is what brought us all the rain yesterday. If we run that through midnight last night, we can see the cold front and the occlusion are pushing through around about that time. And then into this morning, those fronts have pushed out to the east and into Europe, and skies are starting to clear up. There's a trough due around about lunchtime. We may get a little bit of rain off the end of that trough around about that time. Looking at the spot winds today, to the north of us, 300, 15 knots, and to the south, 270, 25 knots. It's going to be quite a windy day out in the airfield today, but more about that in a bit. Satellite picture shows that front out over France into Holland and moving out across Europe. And there's still a fair bit of cloud left over the sort of central and southern England, and we'd just start to appear out from underneath the southern edge of that. Rain radar shows the rain associated with all that cloud there. And you can see that's not far to the north of us, and there is still a little bit more on its way that might just get us in an hour or two's time. And if we run the forecast through, we can see that band of rain breaking up into showers there, but that should be through by about lunchtime. But we are going to have potentially showers all day long. Some of them could be quite big. It's certainly going to be quite windy and even more so in the vicinity of the showers as they come through. So the local forecast is showing the showers, but I think this is that band of, also that trough that was due around about lunchtime. It might be a bit overcast then with a bit of rain outside of it. But then again, showers this afternoon. My main concern is down here, the wind. It's going to be westerly for most of the day, 16, 17, 18 knots, up to 20 at times, but the gusting, right now it's gusting at 29, or forecast to be gusting 29, 30, and by about lunchtime gusting 34, and then dying off a little bit in the afternoon, but still gusting up to 26 knots by 6 o'clock in the evening. GFS are showing temperatures of around about 14 in this area, with a dew point approximately 9. And locally at this moment, we have about 10.6 and 7.8 as a split in temperatures. So Dave Masson's forecast for today is basically saying that after the cold front and potentially heavy rain overnight, it's going to be another good but very windy air mass. There could be good to large cumulus with base 4,500 to 5,000 feet with some streeting, but probably too windy to think about going elsewhere. So a bit of a difficult day, but there could still be some good soaring there to be had. Odium, the TAF is yesterday's, ignore that. The METAR at the moment, certainly on the winds, they're looking at 270, 14 knots. And if we compare that with Farnborough, they're 250, 15 knots at the moment. So SkySight potential flight distance for today is recommending down on the south coast, particularly out towards the West Country. And if we have a look at the local forecast for SkySight, they've shown cloud base rising up quite rapidly to about 1030, but it's going to stabilize around about 3,500 to 4,000 feet throughout the day. I've got one quick projection from SkySight for tomorrow, and they're showing a convergence that runs right across the top of Lasham and down towards the Southampton airspace. But there's it's going all the way down into sort of Devon and Cornwall. And if we went back to the surface pressure charts and run that through to Sunday at lunchtime, there's that convergence there on the surface pressure chart. So top meteo for today then, showing something similar along the south coast, getting better as you go further west, and looking at the sort of thermal predictions from about 9 AM onwards. If we just run that through hour on hour, you can see that the thermals are increasing in height. Cloud base is going up throughout the day, up to sort of predicted sort of 4,500, 5,000 feet by mid-afternoon. So moving on to NOTAMs today. Locally, 23 here is Barton Stacey. There's live firing there. 25 is at Dummer. There's an air display scheduled there today. That's not far from us. So keep your eyes peeled for aircraft transiting in and out of that area. Down on the south coast at Fareham, there's a parachuting display as well. Whether that will actually go ahead in these winds or not, I don't know. But it's been NOTAMed, so if you do go down that way, again, keep your eyes peeled. So moving on to the airfield briefing for the day then. And just a reminder about the NOTAM briefing sheet for RIAT. It's Mike 92 2024. That's coming up soon. The cross section here for Odium is showing some quite large towering cumulus and QNIMs, and they'll be the ones that will be giving us the shower throughout the day. Soaring wise, they're showing sort of 3 to 4 knots in the morning, getting up to maybe 5 knots in the afternoon. So quite a nice unstable air mass. They're showing also sort of low-level turbulence below 1,000 feet. So it could be quite rough in the circuit around the airfield. Again, surface winds, 16 to 20, gusting 20 to 30, sort of mid-morning, gusting 20 to 32 mid-afternoon as well. So just keep an eye out for that. And then hazards, they've got strong winds, and they've also got a thunderstorm warning out. So if some of those QNIMs might get a little bit big. So the booking slots today, this is what the web page looks like, and that translates to 1K21 on booked instructor flying in the afternoon. There's still morning slots available. There's a K21 on the casual list and a K21 with Paul Roberts. He's asked to fly 773 today with the hand controls. And there's a K13 allocated on trial lessons, but those lessons have been cancelled now. So I'm going to suggest we leave the K13s in the hangar to start with. Also, SH3 and 4 are available, and again, there's a K13 and a K21 slot available. Volunteer instructors required. Can I ask if anybody's around on the airfield and you're free, come out and help out today. We'll need lots of people out there for ground handling and looking after canopies. Just another reminder about the management radios still working well. And the simulator is available. Sam's been in doing some sterling work yesterday, and there's quite a few more tasks you can fly in there local to the airfield. So movements today, I've done a complete page for movements because there's quite a few of them, although the first one is only just cancelled about 10 minutes ago. But there should be a series of aircraft coming in to visit 2XL. They're all light aircraft, and they should come in within about a 35-40 minute period. There is one large movement today, a 727 arriving. That's going to be delayed until 1700 local. After that's landed, any of the small aircraft that do come in today will be departing bar 2, which are going to go tomorrow. So operations and notices today, Barry's already been out and put the launch point vehicle out on 27. We'll start with 1K21 and then we'll get more gliders out when we can cope with them, when we've got enough manpower to look after the ground handling. A reminder that strong winds gusting to 30 knots plus at times. So it's going to be quite a tricky day out there, both on the ground and low level in the circuit. Ground handling and canopy is a reminder. I can't stress that enough. We had a K21 front canopy blow closed on Thursday in a strong gust. It can happen. Fortunately, there was no damage. Club grid today, I very much doubt there will be one. And just a gentle reminder again, after somebody drove across the runway whilst the strobe was on, please familiarise yourself with the Lasham aerodrome safeguarding procedures. And one last thing from maintenance, The parachute cupboard has been left open with the light switched on more than one occasion. Can you please switch the lights off and close the door after use? So here's the airfield setup, visual representation with winching to the south of the runway on 27, club area tow on the hard itself, and landing to the north or the south on the grass. That's it for today. Thanks very much for your time. I'll see you out on the airfield. Please, please, please keep it safe today. It's going to be a difficult day. Thanks a lot. Bye.